You guys remember Hillary Clinton? She is famous for her maximum level of empathy when she said, "We came, we saw, we bombed." Remember that? Oh my goodness, it was the meme of the year. But recently, she had like this moment of compassion, right? Like she connected with her other human beings from across the world, and she was like, "Oh, those poor people in El Salvador, they're being tortured. Like all those individuals that are part of the murder, death, kill gangs, they're being inhumanely treated. I would just drone strike people. I wouldn't torture them like this. Ah, the inhumanity." Now, the El Salvadorian president responded with a very generous offer for Mrs. Clinton, and he said that he is willing to let every one of these people go. And the only condition is that it has to be everyone. Like not even a single person left behind. So any single nation on planet Earth that wants to take them can take them, and they would be free. And this generally gave me nightmares because I'm thinking like maybe some Europeans would consider this. You know, like maybe Emmanuel Macron, maybe the German Chancellor would consider it. And it's not that I generally have like so much compassion for France or Germany, but it's like in the European Union there are no borders. So like, please, for the love of God, President of El Salvador, like, do not give them ideas. Now, are they actually being tortured? The answer is absolutely yes. No, like, they are tortured, despite what the president from El Salvador thinks. I know that people want stories where there's a good guy and a bad guy, and Hillary Clinton is the bad guy, so El Salvador president is the good guy. The answer is a little bit more complex. They're not tortured in the sense of getting beaten up. Although maybe in some cases they are, I don't fucking know. The torture is psychological. So, as you can see in this picture, right? This is what they got. Literally, like, I watched a documentary about this prison, and it's just this room where they pack in like 20, 30 other guys, and they don't even have, or do they have mattresses? I don't know, like, do they give them mattresses? But 23 hours, like that. No sunlight, nothing. You just get to sit there. Apparently, like, they're not even allowed to talk with each other. I just want you to imagine life being like this for 5 years. And it's going to be like this for the next 5 years, and the next 10 years after that, and the next 20 years. And I guess, you know, they deserve it, sure. I mean, I'm not the one defending them, but, you know, there is this thing that people like. It's like we shouldn't have, like, cruel or unjust punishment. But people like saying that. In reality, no one actually believes in that. Like, there are genuinely cases where people want cruel and unjust punishment. To be honest, if I was them, and I would be given the choice between the guillotine or living like that, I would choose the guillotine. Again, these are people that, in my opinion, probably deserve it. Like, if there's anyone on planet Earth that would deserve the cruel and unjust punishment, it's them. If you actually look at some of the crimes that they committed, pretty fucked up. Now, is every single one of them guilty? I actually had this conversation with Short Fat Otaku and Sargon of Akkad during one of our Dungeons and Dragons videos. And the way they were arrested was for having tattoos. And Short Fat Otaku was like, well, what if someone innocent that didn't do nothing has the tattoo? The answer is, like, this is not how gangs actually work. Like, if you're in a place where vicious gangs like this operate, and you put the wrong ink on you, like, you're false advertising, basically, you're going to get killed. The people who live there are aware of this. Like, you don't have, like, a cheeky little shit that's being an edgelord, and it's like, oh yeah, let's use the gang symbols because they're cool. The moment they see you with those gangs and they don't recognize you and they realize you're not part of their gang, like, that's it. And so the chance of a single person inking themselves in order to look like the gang is pretty fucking low. And the other thing is, like, most gangs have this thing, blood in, blood out. You have to commit a crime to get into the gang. So by the very fact that they have tattoo, it means that they have committed a crime. And blood out means that you're in the gang for life. The only way out is if you die. And so, like, if you try to leave the gang, they kill you. But the thing is, like, what happened in El Salvador, if it's a human rights violations or not, it kind of is because, in civilized places, we don't do collective punishment. But in civilized places, we also don't have the murder capital of the world. And so, the moral of the story is that things are allowed to get that bad, then the only way to make it good is by doing inhumane shit. And this is what, like, a lot of leftists don't understand, like, people that constantly go, like, oh, yes, we need to have in defense of looting. Oh, yes, like, we need to have defund the police. Oh, yeah, like, these people, oh, yeah, they're committing crime, but, like, what about the right-wingers? What about the guys from January 6th? What about the protesters? What about, and they're basically, like, always turning a blind eye as crime just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And eventually it's getting so high that the only solution, well, is this. And these people, they only have leftists to blame. They're the ones that allowed it. They're the ones that encouraged it. When I went to law school, my university professor said something that at the time I thought is joking, but now I realize that no, it's absolutely true. You cannot have organized crime without the consent of the people governing. It just doesn't happen. And it especially doesn't happen now in the age of technology. Like, look how some old fart is going around Facebook from Britain and is tweeting something that's racismus, and immediately the cops knock at their door. Like, you can't tell me that the cops do not know when organized crime happens. People talk, they go online, they post shit. And so, the only way that this thing goes that bad is if the establishment is in on it. And by the way, like, I saw documentaries with criminals from the UK, and a lot of them say that, yeah, like, when you go up the top of a gang, eventually you end up with an official. So, like, you go through all of the couples and you go through all of the gang hierarchy, and at the top, there's someone that got voted into office. And they're taking a part of the cut. Now, I don't know if the guy was exaggerating or not, because again, it was a documentary, maybe it's sensationalism, but it kind of checks out. Like, in most places, the gangs are actually tied to the people in power. And so, when you vote for people that are very compassionate, like Hillary Clinton is, right? And these people are very compassionate with other people's neighborhoods, never with their own. Like, when it's their neighborhoods, you get the same situation that you had in Martha's Vineyard. But when you get people like this into power, and they allow stuff like this to keep happening, and they refuse to talk about it, or they use political correctness to ban other people from discussing it, and they crack down on their opposition that wants to handle it, eventually you get El Salvador. And honestly, I don't think like anyone on planet Earth wants to take the people from El Salvador in. I mean, you would do a kindness, like if you are a country and you actually were to build a humane prison and take them in and put them there, yeah, you'd probably do a kindness. But no one is going to do that. And when I say you do a kindness, it's like, well, at least the punishment wouldn't be cruel and unusual. It would just be like normal punishment, which, well, again, a lot of people claim that they want a world without cruel and unusual punishment, but when I see the action, when I see, like, people genuinely hearing about the criminal and what crimes they committed, they're like, no, fuck it. Let's have cruel and unusual. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.